Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Nicole, and I'm one of the truck sales professionals here at our Fredrick location. As you can see today, we're going to be looking at this beautiful white M2 106 Plus Summit hauler conversion. Let's go ahead and jump right into the front of the truck up here. First thing you're going to see is going to be this beautiful C9 Summit hauler signature grille. This is going to be very durable and make for great airflow on the truck. Jumping down right here, you're going to see we have our 3-piece separate bumper. Great feature about these trucks is these separate bumpers can come off independently. So if you bump one side or someone bumps you, you can replace it by piece. That's going to eliminate those downtime, and then you're not going to be paying as much in those maintenance costs for this. So that's a great feature to have. Right down here, you're going to see we have 2 secure hooks for towing. These are going to be great if you need a quick tow right there for you. Take a look right here. This is going to be a part of our Detroit Assurance System. This is going to be our collision detection box. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about that when we get in the truck, but there's a lot of safety features on this truck, and I'm excited to show you guys those. All right, taking a look right here, you're going to see we have a very durable hood. This is going to be a condensed fiberglass. It's going to be less likely to get dented, and it's going to be very durable, more than aluminum would. So let's go ahead and take this guy up. As you can see, it is a pretty easy process. If I can do it, anybody can. First thing you're going to notice taking a look right into the engine is going to be that we have the Cummins L9 engine. This is going to give out 360 horsepower and 1,150 pounds of torque. Cummins is a great engine. It's great for those heavy towing and those long distance running. That's going to be paired with the Allison 3200 TRV 6-speed automatic transmission. Allison is a great transmission, especially for those long trips. It's going to give you those smooth rides, and overall Allison and Cummins together is going to be a great combination for you. Taking a look in here, you're going to see this hood lifts up, so everything is going to be super accessible. Right here we have our power steering fluid, fuel filter water separator, we have a fuse box right there, and then some filters right on the other side along with our dipstick. Everything is going to be super accessible. If you need to do quick maintenance, you need to check something, this is going to come up easily and safely, and you'll be able to do all that maintenance. Right down here, you're going to see we have our connection hooks for a jump. If you need a quick jump in the morning, those easy connection points are going to be right there. So just connect, get a jump, and you'll be back on the road. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this guy closed. It is just as easy to close as it is to open. Just a quick push. It's going to resist a little bit. Keep going. All right. And then we do have 2 secure connections right here. Just easy like that, and you're good to go. It's all locked in. Taking a look right here, you're going to see we have the 255 80R 22.5 XRV tires. This is going to be paired with the Alcoa premium wheels. Alcoa is a great wheel. They make for lightweight, they're very durable, and it's going to be better for fuel mileage. Another thing we add here at Transwest is going to be ball balancers into those tires. It's just going to balance the tires a little bit better, make it so you're not slipping as much on the road, and it's going to give even wear on those tires so you're not just damaging them. Taking a look right here, you're going to see we have our engine block heater. This is going to be a great feature if you have a cold morning. It's not too bad today, but if it was snowing, this would be a great thing to do, is you can go ahead and plug that in overnight. It's just going to keep your fuel warm so nothing's gelling up, and then in the morning you're going to be able to start right up. So this is just going to keep everything warmed up for you. Taking a look right here, you're going to see that we have our 3-strip no slip grips to get in the truck. I know especially here in Colorado it can get slick, there's ice, but these grips are going to make it so you can confidently get in that truck without feeling like you're going to fall. They really do grip onto you, and it's just going to be a lot safer for you getting in the truck. Right here you're going to see we have our first fuel tank. There are 2 fuel tanks on this truck. Each are going to be 50 gallons. So right here is going to be our first 50-gallon tank, and then looking right here, that is going to be our 6-gallon DEF tank. That's going to get you around 300 to 350 miles per gallon on that DEF tank, so you're not going to have to worry about filling it up as often. You'll be good to go. And then the nice thing about these is they do just lock right into place. So if you do want to lock those for any reason, that can be done. Already taking a look in the interior of the truck, you're gonna see this truck is equipped with the jet black interior. It looks phenomenal, matched with that white exterior. So if you take a look in there, you're gonna see that we have the amazing and comfortable air ride seats. These are gonna be very shock absorbing seats. You can see they are built for comfortability, especially on those long trips. You can rest assured that you're gonna be comfortable in these trucks. Right here we have the controls, so this is going to be the air ride, so you can adjust that based on your comfort. We have our lumbar support right here, heated seat, and our tilt. Like I said, built for comfortability, and you can arrange that how you best want to. If you want to take a look right down here, you're going to see that we have our truck's kill switch. This is going to be a great switch to know, especially if you're not going to be driving the truck for a little bit. You can just absolutely flip that switch. It's going to kill all the accessories on the truck so that nothing's running without you knowing. That's lights, you know, for whatever. You can rest assured that your truck is going to be ready to go just when you flip that switch on and off. Right back here, you're going to see that we have a light test button. This is going to be the truck's light test button. You know, you want to feel safe and confident before you're getting on the road. You can run that light test and it's going to show you that everything's working fine, or if you have something out, you can easily replace that and you're knowing what that is. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look here at our back seat. Again, that jet black interior looks amazing here in the back seat as well. You're gonna notice that there's a lot of room back here. You're absolutely right. This is built for comfortability back here. There's a lot of room for storage underneath the seats, as you can see. We have a duffel down there right now, but if you want to put anything else under there, you can always store things under the seats so your passengers aren't, they're not by their feet. Like I said, there's a lot of room back here. And then one great feature about this is just by one button right on the side of the truck right here, the seats will fold up into a bed. One thing to keep in mind is when you're using that motor to fold and unfold those seats, you want to make sure you don't have any weight on that because it can damage the motor, and for safety reasons, you just don't want to mess with it. So lots of room back here, a lot of great features. All right, and then if you take a look right here, these are going to be the panel that you remove to get to the batteries. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. There's not a whole lot of reasons you need to get to the batteries unless you're just replacing them or, changing them, whatever you got to do. But this is where your batteries are housed. All right, taking a look down here, this is going to be our trickle charger. So another great feature we have on these trucks is, like I said, if you're not using the truck for a long period of time, maybe you're not going to be going on a trip for a month, it's going to sit in the shop. What you can do is you can leave this guy plugged into the trickle charger, and that is just going to trickle power into it, keeping those batteries ready to go, keeping them alive, just keeping those batteries on standby. So when you're ready to hop back in that truck, the truck's just start right up and it's gonna be ready to go. One great feature about this is it can charge a small 12-volt device as well. So that's a great thing to keep in mind. All right, taking a look at our first storage compartment, the first thing you're gonna notice is the amazing Dimond plate we have. Very durable, it's gonna be scratch proof, and overall just a great durable plating to have in here. You can see we have some storage. One feature I like to add about the Dimond plated as well is when you have stuff back here, it's gonna be less likely to move around and roll around. So for the most part, it's all gonna stay in the same place. If you want to take a look right there, you can see that this truck we add a air chuck. So if you need to, you can get a hose and you can just, fill up a tire, your friend's tire. If you're going to the lake, you can fill up a tube. So that's a great feature that we add in these trucks as well. As you can see, this first storage compartment is going to be larger. This is a great place to put, some additional def or, some tools you may need. So that's going to be a great storage compartment for those. Alrighty, taking a look right over here, you're gonna see we have our smaller storage compartment. This is gonna be a great compartment for your chains, your straps, and any smaller things you're gonna need. Just quick and easy. You can quickly grab them, quickly put them back. So it's nice because you're not gonna worry about anything getting lost in that one because it's smaller. As you're gonna see on these, this is for all of our storage compartments, we have weather stripping on it. So you can rest assured that you're not gonna have water getting in there. It's not gonna freeze in there. These do a very good job at keeping exterior things out. So all your stuff in there is gonna be safe. All right, taking a look at the bed of the truck here, you can see again, we have the Dimond plating, durable, it's gonna be weather resistant, it's gonna be rust resistant. So that's a great feature to have. If you want to take a look right here, you're going to see we have 2 pre-drilled holes right there. That's going to be for you to add a toolbox or an additional tire, whatever you may need. We can always install a toolbox for you. You just let us know when you're interested in the truck. We can always have that in place for you before you pick it up. Taking a look right up there above the headache bar, you're going to see we have our first Voyager camera. That is going to be camera number 1, and that is going to give you a view of the back of the truck, whether you're backing up a fifth wheel or a gooseneck. That's just going to give you some additional vision that you're not going to see from your mirrors. Alrighty, we can take a look right over here. You're going to see, looking right here, we have our steel plates for our hookup for our hitches. We can add a gooseneck ball, we can add a Hensley fifth wheel hitch, whatever you want configured, we can make it happen for you. I get people ask me all the time, they ask about the lightness of, the top we have right here, but we have steel plates under the Dimond plates, so you know that the weight's going to be balanced evenly. Even if you're not, hauling a trailer or anything, the weight on the truck is going to be balanced. So you can rest assured knowing you're going to have a great towing experience with a trailer or without it. Right here you're going to see we have our hookup for our gooseneck fifth wheel, and right here is going to be the hookup for the bumper pole. Right here is going to be a additional plug-in for a camera. I always like to tell clients, if you have livestock, you're pulling to a rodeo, you're pulling, cattle for whatever reason, if you hook up that a camera into here, you can run it all the way into your livestock trailer so that you can keep an eye on all your animals while you're on the road. I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get in the truck too. And then one thing on the bed as well, as you can see, we have the tracks that run on each side of the truck. Those are going to be able to hold up to 1,000 pounds in tie down. So if anything needs to be strapped down on the truck, you know that these are there and they're going to work great for you. Taking a look back down here, you're going to see we have our Gen Y hitch. This is going to be our 2 and 5/16 ball. It's going to pull 32,000 pounds, and then right on this side we have our 2-inch ball. The Gen Y hitch is amazing because it can be adjusted based on how you want it. If you want it higher or lower based on where you want to pull your bumper pull, that can be adjusted easily for you. So it's a great feature to know as well. As we're going on to the side of the truck, you're going to see we have these same storage compartments on this side. We have a larger one and a smaller one. The only difference between the large storage compartment is going to be that we don't have an air chuck on this side. It's just going to be on that side of the truck. Taking a look right here, you're going to see this is going to be our secondary fuel tank that I was telling you guys about on the other side. So like I said, over there is going to be a 50-gallon. Right here is going to be a 50-gallon as well. One thing I do want to add about the fuel tanks is, in order to get a full fill on the truck, you will have to fill both sides. So you'll have to fill up that side and you'll have to fill up this side. However, if you don't want to get a full fill and that's not your priority, you can fill one side and it will self-balance itself. So you don't have to fill both sides. However, if you want to get that full fill, you will have to do that. Again, easy close and made to lock. All right, taking a look at our passenger side right here, you're going to see, just like the driver's side, it is built for comfort. You're going to have all of the same controls on this side as you do as the other. So you can rest assured that your passenger is going to have the same amount of comfort on this trip that you are. One thing different on this side is going to see you have a larger box right here. That is just going to be the cover for some controls in there, some fuse boxes. That will easily come off if you need to get into that, but that's just going to be a cover for, fuses. So, all right, that's going to be the front seat. We can go ahead and take a look at the back. If you want to go ahead and jump in there, you're going to see there are some charging ports right by the bottom. It's going to give you the opportunity to charge, laptop, iPad, phone, whatever you want to charge. That will do it for you. All right, and as we're getting into the truck, the first thing you're going to notice is, wow, there's a large windshield up here. It is absolutely phenomenal. You're going to be able to see so much of what's happening on the road, not only during the day, but at night. The vision on these trucks is so good with the mirrors and everything. It's going to eliminate a lot of those blind spots. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this guy turned on. One thing I do like to recommend is to be sure when you're turning the truck on, you're gonna leave it in accessories for 3 to 5 seconds before you start it up. You can see the truck just needs a second to wake up, and then we are good to go. All right, going back to the windshield, that's gonna be 2,500 square inches of windshield, so like I said, great visibility. Taking a look right here, you're gonna see we have the Detroit Assurance System housing box. I talked a little bit about that in front, but this is gonna be the main box for those sensors. Right up here, you're gonna see we have a smallage storage compartment. That's gonna be great, you know, for sunglasses, some smaller objects, pens, whatever you need, quick and easy in there. Right here is going to be another storage box. It can be made to hold a CV radio, so that's great to keep in mind. If you want that added, we can always do that for you. Alrighty, and here's one of the main features is going to be our Voyager system. So like I said, the first camera you're gonna see is the one I was talking about. So if you need help, you know, backing up that fifth wheel or gooseneck, that's gonna be a great vision for you. One great feature is you can have up to 4 different cameras on this truck. So this would be camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, and then another great thing to know is you can have split screens on the cameras. So I can see 1 and 2, I can see 1, 2, and 3 right here, and then I can have all 4 of my camera hookups going at the same time. So like I said, if we want to put one in a livestock trailer, we want to put one in the, you know, wherever you might want a camera, you can see all of those at the same time, so you're not, you know, worried about scrolling through on the road, and you can easily just take a look up and still keep your hands on the wheel. So that's a great feature to know. We'll go back to camera 1 and leave it there. Alrighty, this is going to be your air horn right here, and then right here is going to be a secondary speaker for hands-free. Alright, taking a look right here, you're going to see we have our mirror controls. So we have heated mirrors on here. If you need to adjust any of those, that's going to be right there. Right here is going to be our 2 window buttons. And you're going to ask, why is there 2? Well, let me tell you. So if right now this is configured to run the 2 front windows. However, if I click this button right here, it's going to light up. You can see it's red. I will now have the ability to run the 2 back windows. So just by click of the button, it's going to change which windows you're running, just so there's not as many buttons up here. All right, taking a look at our display right here, our dash, you're going to see that is an easy display. These are going to be the controls for that right over here. Just easy to go through, super user friendly. You don't have to know computers to know this, so that's great to know as well. Just easily slide through. It's going to have all your diagnostics, different truck things right there, so all your information is going to be on that dash. Taking a look on this side, this is going to be our cruise controls right here. Another great thing I like to add is having the cruise controls right here makes it easy. So like I said, you're not taking your hands off the wheel. The safety features on this truck are built to keep you safe and, you know, eliminate that doing stuff with taking your hands off the wheel. So that's great to know. Right here are going to be the controls for hands-free. If you want to answer or hang up that call, that is going to be right there. Taking a look right here, this is going to be a major control for a lot of things. We have our gear shift, so we have, you know, drive and reverse right there. Another great thing to know for this truck is it's in automatic, but you can also drive the truck in manual if you choose. By doing that, you're just going to press this button in and you're going to shift down and up just like that. Another great thing to know is this is going to be also where our engine brakes are housed. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3 level of engine brake. So you're just going to shift those down that way. We're going to go ahead and set those up. Back to the top. All right, right here is going to be our trailer air supply. So if you are running a trailer, maybe it's a livestock trailer that has those air brakes, this is going to be the button. You're going to push that in and it is going to supply air to that trailer. Right here is going to be the truck parking brake. And then right over here is going to be our Red Arc trailer brake system. So we have both brakes for, you know, whichever one you use, but the Red Arc system works amazing. This is going to be our subwoofer controls. All right, and looking right here, we're going to have our hazards, dome light, footwell, and pre-trip. One difference, I know I mentioned that we had a pre-trip on the side of the truck right there. This one is going to be the pre-trip for your truck as well as your trailer. So if you're hooked up to your trailer and you want to run a pre-trip run for all of them, that's going to run everything for you. So that's a good thing to know. This will work for your trailer as well. Right here are going to be our optional accessories. So you just would switch it on like that. You know, you can always add a light bar, penny lights, different lighting, different things you want to add. The hookups can be just put right there, so they're easy to find and easy to use. Right here are going to be our controls for the back seat. So we have heating and cooling, and then that's going to be the different fan speeds. Right here is going to be the housing for the Detroit Assurance safety features. So we have the automatic brake assist, lane departure warning, traction control, and this is going to be our override shutdown. Now I get the most questions on the override shutdown because not a lot of people are familiar with it. Essentially, this is a great safety feature. If you're having issues with your engine, your display is yelling at you, telling you that, you know, you're having engine problems, and you are on the highway and you can't safely pull over to a point where you're not going to cause a disturbance of traffic and you're not going to keep your truck and yourself safe, you can go ahead and switch this button. It is going to override the truck from shutting down. That will give you the ability to, you know, get off the highway, get off the road where you and your truck are going to be safe. So the one thing to know about that is if you use this button, the engine will continue to run until it physically can't. So just be safe with that. You don't want to cause any more damages if they're not needed, but it's definitely a safety feature to keep in mind. Right here is going to be our differential lock and our suspension dump. It's going to be, you know, the airbags in the back is going to be a great way to drop those for, you know, whatever you need. So that's that button right there. Right here is going to be our plug-in controls for our Stinger system we have right here. We have a great navigation Stinger system. It's going to give you the ability to use Apple CarPlay, Android Audio. Like I said, those connections are right there for that. But a great feature on this truck is the navigation system. I get a lot of questions about this, and if you're, like I said, you don't want to be looking at your phone, I know that's annoying for me. I'm sure it's annoying for a lot of people. That navigation system can work right on here, so you can just have all of your stuff on there. Like I said, again, it's going to be very user-friendly, easy to use, everything's labeled, and it is touchscreen. Alrighty, and then take a look down here. This is just going to be our air controls for the front of the truck. So pretty much the same as you would see in a normal pickup truck. Nothing's going to be super special about those. Right here you can see we've got a lot of room for, you know, just putting stuff right here. We've got 4 cup holders. One thing I like to add is these cup holders just come out easily. Oh, these ones are pretty stuck in there, so I'm not going to pull them out, but they do come out pretty easily where you can take them out to clean them. You know, if you spill something in there, I know I've done that before, so those do come out and you can be cleaned. Another thing I want to add, I add this in every single video because I think it's so important, but Stanley cups and larger based cups will fit in here. I know in my pickup truck, you know, my Stanley is spilling all over the place. It's on the ground. It's a mess. So you can just know that your cups will fit in here, whatever size they are, which is a great feature. So especially if you like those different kinds of cups. Take a look right here. You're going to see we have a very large storage compartment. It's going to be great for papers, you know, maybe some tools you need in here. So everything's going to fit in there nicely. And yeah, it's pretty large, so you can fit a lot of things in there. All right, last thing we're talking about the truck is going to be the lighting. Look at the lighting on this truck up there. There's a lot of fun stuff going on up here. You can see right here we have our reading lights. This can be used for, you know, anything if you just want the bright lights if you're hanging out in the truck, or, you know, for reading, whatever you want. We have our blue lights right here. You can see that that's going to be great for at night driving. It's just going to keep your eyes accumulated to the lights on the road. So that's going to be a great feature to have for that night driving. And then we already have the mood lights on, but you can see that is such a fun time. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a party bus, but man, it's like a party truck over here. So that's a great feature Freightliner adds. They're just fun to have, and they do look really, really cool at night. So that's an awesome thing that they've added in these trucks. Alrighty, I think that is all for this truck today. If you are interested, you can go ahead and give me a call at 303-901-1943, or you can send me an email at nicole.farner@transwest.com. I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday, and we'll see you later this week.